American gun confiscation has begun. It's been going on for a while, kind of secretly in the background. But in the comments section, one of you let me know about this guy running for Congress or something, I think, here in Maine, Graham Plattner. And so I just, typed it into YouTube, who's this guy or whatever, and there was an interview. And in the interview, he's sitting there with this younger guy, and the younger guy, they're bragging about red flag laws, and Graham Plattner's for it. Red flag laws that completely violate God-given rights, where you have basically you can have your guns confiscated from you just for the suspicion that you might commit a crime. Insanity, truly insane. That I believe in that you're innocent until proved guilty, but now the red flag laws are out there, guilty until proved innocent. But in this interview, this guy actually says he's bragging about the red flag laws, and he says something about in Florida or something, and I guess in Florida it was used 20,000 times or something.
And it's mind-boggling to me that Florida, a state that is a Republican trifecta, and was a Republican trifecta during the shooting in Parkland, passed a red flag law that has been used over 20,000 times to disarm people that are risk themselves and others. And despite the lobbying on that, they didn't pass the red flag law. And even after the shooting in Lewiston, Maine, Governor Janet Mills still rallied against the red flag law that passed by over 60% when it eventually was on the damn ballot, because Democrats in the state legislature would not pass it.
It was a ballot measure last November, and I supported it. Because we've spoken about this. I do think that at this point in our society, one of the best things that we have in a society that's quite frankly awash in guns is restricting access to firearms for people who are having either a mental health crisis or having a violent episode,
like threatening to shoot up a high school.
Absolutely, or have a violent history,
right?
And background checks as well for firearms transfers.
So it's just absolutely weird. This is a great thing, that hey, we suspect that somebody's a danger to themselves or others, and therefore we're just going to go take their guns before they actually commit a crime. Or you could make laws that actually punish criminals. I see all these street thugs all the time and whatever, and they go out and they shoot people, they stab people and whatever else, and they get a little slap on the wrist and back out they go, and this he's got mental illness issues or something, so he shouldn't be prosecuted. Oh, okay, And here's a thought. Maybe you could actually put the Bible back in schools again. Maybe you could actually say, hey, you know something? There is a God. Evolution is not true. You will be accountable to him, That's too much to ask, You don't want to... the best way to treat mental health is by keeping people away from an understanding that there is a God that they're accountable to. God created the heavens and the earth. Oh, we can't do that. We'll just go take people's guns away. But I actually looked it up. The total number, there are 22 states right now that have these red flag laws, these satanic laws. Unfortunately, my state here in Maine does. It's now, the number is 67,517 times in America. Police show up at your door, hey, we're here for your guns. That's gun confiscation. Gun confiscation that always leads to violence, more violence. Oh, but it's only for people that have that are making statements that they're going to go out and kill a bunch of people or whatever else, and their families are reporting them. Well, the problem with that is that you have Christians down through the centuries have been persecuted terribly, and said that people say that we're a threat or something like that because we teach that God is real and that God punishes the wicked that reject Jesus Christ, by burning them in hell. Well, I guess that's a threat or something. I'm not doing the threatening in terms of, I can't send people to hell. That's not my power to do. I'm preaching that there's a God that wants you to live a holy, righteous life, a life of where you're not committing crimes and you're telling the truth and you're, a good person. I'm trying to reform people, make people good, but the lost people don't want that. So then they say that I'm dangerous or something like this. Well, how long does it take before all of a sudden they say, hey, you know what? I think we should probably start going after these Christians that, hold to the Bible literally and whatever else and things. See, it's very dangerous. You can start to persecute religious groups. You can persecute political things. I saw that there's something where they're trying to get Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C. or something, I guess, to be other states or something, and then they could swing the majority vote to Democrat stuff or something, and then there'd never be Republican majority anymore, and they could change the entire country and what it just the horrible thing there of the plans that are there for this country. But don't worry, Trump's going to support us and whatever else. Now, Trump's a liberal city boy, always has been. He's not a conservative Republican and whatever else. You're not going to get any protection from Donald Trump. But just seeing that thing and seeing, 20,000 times it's been used, and that's a good thing. And this guy wants to, be a congressman or something like this Graham Plattner guy. Oh, I'm all for red flag laws, taking, confiscating people's guns when they haven't even committed a crime. And of the 67,517 or whatever times it's been used here in America over the years, I wonder how many of them were innocent. I wonder how many times that it actually went through the courts and the guy was, completely not guilty at all or whatever else. It sickens me to think about that. And again, I know some people would say, well, it doesn't really matter. Guns are not that important and whatever else, especially if you're saved. Well, okay. I'm not going to fight an oppressive government. Let's just say that. But what happens if some bad guy comes to my property here? What was I supposed to do when there was a robbery attempt made, at our other property where we lived before here? 4 o'clock in the morning. Here comes somebody back past my no trespassing signs, back past my gate, just drives back on my property. Numerous robbery attempts after that. I actually had my catalytic converter stolen off of my property. And they tried to do it for my plow truck. What am I supposed to do? Back where my property's at, cell phones don't work very well back in that area. Very remote property. Oh, just call the police. I can't call the police. It was an off-grid property. What should I do? What should I do if I'm out hiking and I have some wildlife trouble or something? Oh, you can't be armed. You just can't go into those places, I guess, or something. See, it's insanity. Can't protect myself. Can't protect my wife and my son. All because somebody would say, hey, we suspect him that he's going to do something violent. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, my advice, especially with the future going the way that it's going, with all these data centers and everything going in, and, the country is getting worse. Crime is just going through the roof, obviously. You can see it. All the horror and everything that's going on out there in this nation. Don't ever give up your guns. Don't ever do it. Just seeing that just really kind of shocked me, 20,000 people. And again, the mindset of these liberal lunatics. We took away 20,000 guns, that means we stopped 20,000 crimes from happening. Okay. What about the ones where there's no warning? The person just goes out and commits a crime. What about those? Can you stop those? No, you can't. So don't submit to these red flag laws. They're very wicked, and we need to pray against them. Right? So that's going to be it. As always, thank you for watching.